Today I'm going to show you a major Bitcoin technical analysis signal that is very bullish that you should be aware of. Make sure to watch this video to the end so that you're more informed on what to look out for on this signal and Bitcoin chart. So let's get right into it. Looking at the Bitcoin weekly chart, we can see that the price is still above the 21 moving average. So the 21 EMA, which is this pink line that you're looking at right here. Breaking through this 21 EMA was a major move by the Bitcoin bulls because this can mean a bull run is starting, and we covered this in last week's video. So if you haven't watched that video, I'm going to pin it in the description and at the top of this video as well. We can see that the RSI is currently still on an uptrend on the weekly chart, and the signal that we are looking at is going to be on a 2-week chart. So if we just change this to a 2-week chart, we can see that Bitcoin is currently still underneath the 21 EMA on a 2-week chart. However, the RSI is starting to move in an uptrend, as you can see here. So is the price, and what we are hoping for is for Bitcoin to break through the 21 EMA on the 2-week chart as well as it has on the weekly chart. But the major signal that we have currently seen is on the MACD. So I'm just going to add the MACD onto this chart. So if I select the indicators tab and search for MACD, and I'm just going to select moving average convergence divergence, and that's going to be added at the bottom of my chart. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move it to the top, and the major signal that we have here is that we've had a MACD crossover right here. So let me zoom into this chart, and I'm just going to make the lines thicker. Okay, so you'll notice that I'm only using the default inputs, so 12, 26 and 9, and these are both EMA, so exponential moving averages. And when the blue line crosses the red line or the orange line, kind of looks orange here, doesn't it? Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to change this to red. So when the blue line crosses the red line to the upside, so when the blue line is above the red line, this is very bullish on a 2-week chart, as long as this crossover is happening below this zero line right here or near the zero line, because previously historical data has shown this to be a bullish sign. So at the moment, this is the bullish signal that has happened. The MACD has crossed over on a 2-week time frame, and this is very bullish. So as we can see, the price has continued to go up, and what will make this signal even stronger, or what will increase the probability even more for this signal to be more bullish, would be once the price has broken through this 21 EMA and stays above it, then that would make this signal even much more bullish. So one needs to make sure that they're keeping an eye on this, and what will rule out this signal is if the price retraces and breaks through this low right here, so the low on this candle, and stays below it. That would disregard this signal, because then the probability would be low for the uptrend to continue. So if I just mark this key point right here, so if the price breaks through this line right here on the downside and remains below $16,261, then this would invalidate this signal, and we will most likely not be on an uptrend. However, if the price remains above $16,261 and continues and breaks through this 21 EMA on a 2-week time frame and remains above it, there would be a high probability that the bull run is starting and Bitcoin will be on an uptrend in the next months and potentially a year or two. So this is a very important signal to look out for. And if you look at previous data, you will notice that there was a crossover right here where the blue line went above the red line. So if I zoom into this, You can see the blue line went above the red line, but this doesn't count because it is not near the zero line and it is not below the zero line right here. So this zero line right here, where the histogram, whenever Bitcoin crosses over, the histogram becomes red when the red line is above the blue line, and the histogram becomes green when the blue line is above the red line. So this is important to keep in mind because this is part of the strategy of the MACD on a 2-week time frame. And if we go back to the previous crossover before that, which happened in 2020 in May, you will notice right here that when the crossover happened, Bitcoin went into a bull run. So Bitcoin had a MACD crossover. If I zoom this in and also zoom the chart, you can see that Bitcoin had its crossover right here and the price was above the 21 EMA on a 2-week time frame, and after that Bitcoin started an uptrend and the bull run happened where it just went parabolic up until April 2021. Looking at the weekly, Bitcoin looks very bullish at the moment. We have remained above the 21 EMA, and if we move down to a lower time frame, we can see that on the daily chart Bitcoin has remained strong. The RSI is still in the overbought region, so I still do expect a retracement, but because we're in bullish territory, the retracements haven't been much. So for example, this was a small retracement that happened right here, which is more like a sideways movement, but it is a retracement that happened here. And at the moment we're moving sideways on Bitcoin. So if we come down to a lower time frame, we can see that Bitcoin is currently trading in this range right here. So it's going to be interesting to see whether Bitcoin breaks to the upside or to the downside of this range right here. So just to recap, as long as we stay above this yellow line right here, so above $16,261, the MACD crossover on the 2-week chart, which is bullish, would be validated. And if we cross over this 21 EMA and remain above it, it increases the probability of a bullish market, so a bull trend that will most likely be a bull run in the upcoming weeks and months. And if you've enjoyed this content and gained any value, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.